Hey YouTube, welcome to this week's video. So today I want to talk about something I built, but first, let me talk about something that is related to the video. So a while back, I talked about building CLI tools with Rust, and in the video, if you watch, it's not only about Rust. It is more of a crate called clap, which makes passing arguments very easy and very intuitive, and in the end, a good user experience for your users. And in the video, I just walk through it. I first try and talk about how handling command line arguments manually can be a pain and it can lead to spaghetti code, to now how the crate helps you. I even went ahead and compared it to the existing ones from the ecosystem. Yeah, when I say ecosystem, it's only the things I use. So I compared it to what we have in Node.js called Commander, and another one in Laravel. In PHP, we have Artisan, we have a terminal kind of thing, which looks very good. So I've already installed Twitter. So if I do which, oh, my Twitter, not Elon's one. So if I do which Twitter, it is in user local bin Twitter where it's supposed to be according to Unix. If I do Twitter minus version, it will show me the version, which is the latest one, currently 0.30, and that's that. So how does it work? So let us, for example, say you want to tweet something. I have a cool thought, so I can just do tweet. Oh, sorry, I can just do Twitter. Tweet body. Uh, we can say something like, I love the sunset today. Something Masinda would never say. Then this is the response from the Twitter API. So data, text, I love the sunset today. I forgot a full stop. I'm gonna cry. Anyway, so this is the tweet ID. I should talk about the IDs later because it is very interesting how they're still doing numericals, but still in a distributed system. Then this is just for the edit. So just like that, if you go to my Twitter and search for this tweet, you'll find it. So that is one of the way. Number two, you can choose the serve mode, tweet, then call serve. Then you can specify the port or just leave the default 3000. Then this one now will accept a post request to will accept a post request to do your thing, to tweet. So this is for if you want your application, let's say running locally or even in the server, to automatically tweet, but you don't want to go through the integration problem. You just call this endpoint and it will also tweet on your behalf. Yeah, even in CI, so the useless are endless, but that's just something you could do. All right, so there are two modes of that. So how did I achieve this? As you can see, if I type Twitter, without any other argument, it shows me this helpful message. I did not manually create this. This was work of Clap. And if you look at the previous video, which I link in the description, Clap does the heavy lifting, and all I have to do is just express my business logic, and it will automatically generate this kind of things. Like for example, I can see how can I do what else does serve support? So I can do Twitter, then subcommand serve, then check help there. It will tell me what to do. So usage Twitter serve, then I pass in some options, and the only supported option currently is port. Then the description, which you'll see later how it's easy to add, is just specify port. So let us cd into the Twitter code base and see what's happening. So cd Twitter, Then just open this on NVIM. Then let's just see. Yeah, so just a quick walkthrough. Of course, the application starts from main. It is asynchronous because it has to send tweets without blocking, especially when you're running in server mode. It could be blocking if I wasn't also running in server mode, but this is asynchronous because of that, and it will also allow you to do multiple things in future. But yeah, so Toko is just a runtime. So all you can see in main, I'm only calling one function that starts the application called run, which is async. That is I'm calling wait. If you go and look what's happening there, so all it does, this is where the application starts. So on line 34, we pass arguments. Then we match with the command, which I'll explain slightly later. Then if the command is serve, is commands, if the command is the enum value of serve, what we do here, the parameter that has been passed, which can be optional, as you can see here, the port is an unsigned U16 integer, and it can be optional. And yeah, and the port now is passed into the server application, which is exam over here. Exam is a library for creating simple servers in Rust. So here I have my default port, but if a port has been passed, this is the port that I'm getting from the command line interface. If it has been passed, I use it. If it hasn't, I use the default port, which is 3000. So that is not important for this scope. Now you can go back to the CLI. And if someone has selected tweet as the command, it takes a parameter body. We can have more parameters. Then we now create a new API client, which is a local way of wrapping a request client. Then we call create tweet. We create a payload. This is at the type of the payload. Create tweet, text body. In future, you might have something like media, blah blah blah. But this is just a start. So it is a start, but it has in mind what will happen in future, probably. Yeah. Then this just matches the API response, which will return a custom response object, which can be a response or an error. And a response will contain both status and content, which status is not important to us. So this is later, but now what enables that is now from this line. So this is just clap doing the magic. The clap crutch, you can see I'm importing stuff from clap here on line 1. I'm importing the parser and the sub command. Then on line 9, these are just local crates, local libraries, local modules. In JavaScript, we have something like import. This is, we are using them. We are bringing them from the local code base. Then here we just create a command, and a command is an enum down here. So our program supports currently two things, which is serve and tweet. And we can add another one so that you can see what happens. So let us say, for example, we also want to manage followers. So we can get another enum entry, followers. Then we do our thing. So we can say manage followers. Then we can, of course, now the macros for argument, it will only be long. Then we can say now the arguments that you can pass to followers. We can say, for example, all, which will be a boolean, for example, or we can do something like sort to be an enum. But for shortening this code, let's just do, we can say all, which is a nice enum, which is an optional string. No, it should be an optional boolean. Then yeah, so you can see immediately we add a new thing that we expect our application to do, the Rust compiler will complain down here that I've not handled followers. And so I'll just do here a dummy handling for that. So here we're handling commands. Where does it end? Over here. So let us just also handle commands followers. Then the parameter that can be passed is all. All right. Then here you can just print line, not do much. You showing all followers. Then, okay, let us just do all here. Let's see what the compiler is complaining about. Let me just move this here. Let's just check, there's a complaint. Oh yeah, it does not implement format display, so I have to do either unwrap or print it in debug mode. No, it should be the other way around. Sorry. All right, yeah. So it does not implement the trade display. So I do this so that I can print it as it is. And let us see our CLI in action. So if I type cargo run, we can see I have my new subcommand called follows. Currently doesn't describe anything. Let us fix that. Yeah, look at how easy it is. You can just, to describe that, you just create a normal command, then say manage followers. Then if you run it again, you can say that description comes here, as easy as that. All I'm doing is just using the built-in Rust data types, and Clap is doing the heavy lifting through the macros that have been passed down here. Let us try and add, I don't know if there's another option for followers. Let us say like fans. People follow you, but you don't follow them. So let's say you want to list fans. Yeah, this, coming to think of it, this should be an enum. But let us just do option boolean to hell. Then I should receive a complaint down here. I've not handled the funds. Then let me just ignore it. Or I can ignore it. So this is just a warning, so it should compile. But if I now go cargo run, then pass an argument to the CLI. Let us say followers. It should throw an error because I've not passed. It shouldn't throw an error because I've not passed anything. Then I could pass all. Then error invalid value for all. So you can see automatically, I don't know if you can see down here, automatically it does the validation for me. I didn't write any validation logic. So it will tell my user all for fans is not required. So I either need to pass true or false. There's a nice way of doing this. I don't know if I did it already. You can go to clap.rs. This is not a documentation for a tutorial for that. There's a nice way of doing this so that you don't have to pass true or false. You just pass the value. But now what clap is telling me is that I need to either pass true or false. So here I can just do true. You can already see how it doesn't make sense. So I need to refactor it either to make this filtering and enumeration, but this is just to show what club can do under the hood. So what it has done for me, it has created a help message, it has created a validation, and all the CLI UX is already ready for me. And as a developer, all I have to do is focus on what I want my thing to do. If I want to add another feature, I just add another enum. Then if I forget to handle it, the compiler will be there. Dude, you've added this, but I don't see you dealing with it. Please do it now. And that's that. So if I pass like true, it should compile correctly. Then the expected argument for fun. No. I should do, this is an argument. Yeah, so tip to pass through as a value. Or as a value, tip to pass through as a value, yes. I don't know what's telling me. Yeah. So yeah, so an expected argument through, okay, just a second. Oh, let me see what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I should do follows. Okay, all, then true. Showing follows, then because it's an option, so it is sum true. We've already passed through, and that's it. So you can see how it was easy to add a new argument. I'm not doing some complex thing is. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea to see how manual handling happens. But luckily for you, it is in the other video. Yeah, so that's that for this video. Yeah, maybe in future I'll do a deep dive on creating CLIs. Yeah, so maybe I should just mention, yeah, why I chose to do this in Rust. It is not because Rust has been hyped. It is because, as you can see, let me just get to set hard here. Let me just, as you can see, my thing, my Twitter CLI runs without any other dependency. So other languages could have offered me this, like I could have gone with Golang, the same, but I'm not good at Go, or maybe I don't like it. I could have done it in Zig, which is the best for cross compilation, but there I have a scale issue. So I wanted something that will compile and be self-contained, and that is where I landed at Rust. So it has nothing here to do with the so-called memory safety, even though I get that as an advantage. So it is more about a language I use. So other options for me doing this would have included Node.js. Node.js is a very good library for creating CLIs like this one, the same as this actually. It is called Commander.js. There's also Color.js for coloring in the terminal. But the problem with that is that uh, you'd have to tell your users to first install Node.js. And believe it or not everyone uses Node.js. Some people don't even know what it is. So someone just wants to tweet, and then you're telling them to install Node.js. Nah, not my style. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next. Bye bye.